From anecdotal evidence, when we're talking to the community, we find that people, they don't know what CPR entails, they're confused, they're concerned. So I think the simplicity of the 3 messages in the video will be a takeaway beyond just getting to the Guinness event, but people who are unable to get to the event, they'll actually understand the 3 steps and they'll feel more comfortable in performing CPR. What we discussed was what would a compelling message be, what would an innovative way to get the public interested in coming to an event to get CPR trained, which is when we decided to start looking to the agency to talk to them about what type of campaign could we develop that would garner interest from both a youth perspective but from a local perspective as well.
Okay, CPR is important. We want to get it on people's radar. We want to invite them to come out and do a CPR training session. So we had to come in and dial up the entertainment factor on that, because if it was like an instructional video, it would be dead.
It was Naeem that actually mentioned it. We were just sitting there thinking, he was like, what about zombies? And then he explained it, because they're undead. I'm like, I think that might work. And then, so I just turned around and I started typing stuff out and started running ideas by him, and he was like, yeah, that feels pretty good, and we just kept writing.
Obviously, there's a lot of interest out there in zombies as a genre. It took a lot of convincing to sell the organization to go there, but we, I think, immediately saw that there was some great synergy there and we could have a lot of fun with it, and it could really bring CPR to life, to make it engaging in a way that, let's face it, CPR might not otherwise be. As important as it is to learn as a skill, people don't necessarily think about it as something that's fun and exciting.
The whole Halloween thing and the Wonderland thing, we weren't even aware of that at the time we were writing it, so we had non-horror approaches that weren't about tapping into Halloween, but it just had a life of its own. It was wonderful. It was a great thing to watch.
The concept is exactly the same as it was when we first wrote it, which is hardly ever happens.
From my standpoint, I was really intrigued first by the creative itself. I thought it was great, and we've seen a lot of zombie television and creative of late. But I thought it was gutsy for an advertiser to go this far with it. The fact that there was this real turn that they were going to take that kind of a risk.
Oh man, it was like Christmas morning when we saw the reels and saw the interest and could not believe how perfect his skill set and talent was going to be for that script, right? And he just was so into it, so passionate.
It was it was an odd thing because I've never shot a commercial before, or a PSA, and this was dropped in my lap out of the blue. I had no idea what it would be, but when I read the script, it was almost as if I had written it. It plays very much in my zone, and I instantly felt that I should be doing this. So,
who's going to take our script to the next level? And that was Vincenzo by far. We never expected it to be this big. And you know, when we have a script, we love it and we can see where it's gonna go, but when someone like Vincenzo comes in and he just has his vision, and he knows what he wants to do with it and how big he wants to take it, and we never thought we'd end up shutting down Bay Street. You know, we saw it on a street going into an alley. Vincenzo saw it as a world. Like the zombie apocalypse has literally hit Toronto.
I think this video is really going to be a tool for a whole host of people who maybe have never thought about CPR before, never realized how essential it was as a life-saving skill, to realize that they can save a life and that really the power is in their hands. So I'm extremely hopeful with the quality of this video and how engaging it is, that it's going to be seen by tens of thousands of people and result in literally hundreds of saved lives.